keeping us hopeful. To those who don't stop and those making all the stops. To the ones who pick up, suit up, and never let us down. From all of us at Dunkin' to all the heroes keeping everyone running, we thank you.
A Shiro's work is never done. You care for the house, the kids, and our future. We're so grateful for all you do. Now it's time to care for yourself and save a little more for retirement. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to boost your retirement savings now. Visit aceyourretirement.org today.
A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Hey, it's Big O for EJD Construction, your custom home builder, additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our homes more of an oasis. Call the right place. Call the right people. Eric at EJD Construction for over 16 years. A-rated member of Angie's List in the Better Business Bureau. 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
OnSideRadio.com knows gamers need a home.
Can you dig it?
That's why for the next 60 seconds,
Can you count, suckers?
here's your On-Side Radio E-Report with Toast.
Congratulations are in order for Rachel Hofstetter and Jack Dunlop as they have received ownership stakes in the esports team 100 Thieves. Better known as Valkyrie and Courage in the streaming world, the two have spent the last few years as content creators for the group and are now being rewarded with equity. The announcement is significant as there are not many female owners in the esports world. Elsewhere, the news was embraced by those who wanted to use it to bring back up the fallen relationship between 100 Thieves co-founder Nadeshot and his once best friend Nick Merckx. Folks joked that they finally got around to giving out Nick's ownership share, just not to Nick. Happy gaming.
Stay in touch in the world of gaming with the On-Side Radio E-Report. Wake up and good morning. 4th and 20 with Toast and Marsh.
What day is it? Look at the calendar.
It's Thursday.
Thursday.
It's Thursday. You have changed something in this room.
I've changed my mind.
About what?
About waking up.
What else is there to do?
Going back to sleep.
Wake up! Wake up! Please, wake up!
Why?
Why? You're gonna miss out. You're going to miss it.
Miss what? The show. Show's not over. In fact, it's showtime.
Here's Toast and Marsh.
4th and 20, Thursday edition. Welcome to the podcast, live streaming on Onside Radio. You can check us out on YouTube, on Twitch. I am Toast, no Marsh, but I got my man Sean running the board with me today. Good morning, Sean. How are you?
Good morning. I am doing Phantomonious.
Phantomonious. Is that even? I've never heard that word. Is that a word?
It's just like the Marlins winning.
So it's not real.
Non-existent.
We're going to have some fun talking about the Marlins today. Listen, Marlins got an issue. Marlins have an issue, and that is that outside of the one lone dub they have where they scored 12 runs, the remaining 5 games, 7 total runs. You go back to the last 2 games of the postseason last year where they were shut out, it's now 7 runs in 7 games. When you're averaging 1.4 runs a game, it ain't going to go well for you. I'm just going to let you know that. I don't know what the answer is. I don't know if they have an answer.
Duval, baby. Duval's the answer.
That's the, I mean, listen, I get what they're doing. I love Jazz Chisholm, and I think he's going to be a lot of fun to watch. But this team's got no offense right now. And you didn't go out and try to find any offense. You know, you got Duval, okay. But, you know, I don't know, and I don't want to lay it on our new GM because I don't know how much freedom she was given to actually pursue actual free agents. I'm not sure what she was told she could spend and could not spend. Lord knows there weren't a whole lot of free agents coming down here to be courted. So I'm guessing they told her that, here's with the budget. You've got basically enough for an Adam Duvall, and that's about it.
Yeah, and then also, I mean, do you want to come down to Miami with every? I get it, Derek Jeter's here.
Listen,
maybe
man, money's money.
But what else? Yeah, but we don't pay. It's not like we're paying anybody.
Well, no, but I mean, if you were able to.
If you get paid, you're going to get traded. It doesn't matter.
But that's not how it's supposed to turn out down here. They're supposed to be rebuilding this so that it's a sustainable model, and they won't be doing fire sales anymore. I don't know, bro. Here's what I know is that this team can't hit itself out of a paper bag.
It's terrible.
And at 1-5, here's the issue that the Marlins are going to have and it's not just the Marlins. Panthers have the same issue. The only two teams that don't have this issue are the Miami Heat and the Miami Dolphins. The Heat won't have this issue because they have been winning for the better part of 20 years, and the Dolphins won't have this issue because everyone just loves the Dolphins.
Because they're perfect.
Because this is a Dolphins town when you strip everything away.
It is
But
football.
the issue for the Panthers and for the Marlins is that if you start out 1-5, community's checked out now on you. There's 150 some odd games left, and most of us have now checked out of the Marlins because you're 1-5.
100%. And the other thing is, there's no inkling of them coming out. What shows me that, okay, you know what? This is just one game. To me, the 12 runs was the one game.
Yeah,
the
that
0-2
was the outlier.
runs is
Yeah.
what we are.
Exactly. The 12-run game now, and I understand this. Oh, hey, man, it's baseball. Sometimes you're going to have a lot. I get it. But you're averaging 1.4 runs a game outside of that one game. Outside of that one game where everything lined up for the bats.
We got a catcher that can't catch up.
Oh, my. And seriously, what is going on with Alfaro?
What?
I mean, dang, dude. Like, he's worse than Sanchez.
Oh.
Good God.
What?
I don't know what
catch
the
the
hell.
ball.
It is. It's rough, but here's the problem.
Mattingly's got to be wanting to just, resign, right?
I don't know about that. But I will say this. I mean, this is a legitimate issue they're going to have. Is that you're now, with every loss right now coming out of the gate, dude, you are losing a percentage of the fan base for the rest of the season. Not that they're going to stop caring about you. They're going to stop paying attention.
I'm giving them this road trip.
Right? I mean, and once they stop paying attention to you because you started off bad, season's done for you, man. I mean, if you think you're going to be, at some point, getting $30,000 in that stadium, just stop. So, Marlins got issues. I don't know what their plan is here, but they chose to stand pat in the offseason. We knew that they have a wonderful young pitching staff. Yes. Would have been nice if you could have maybe invested in a little bit of offense so that a guy like Sandy Alcantara can go out there, pitch his ass off, and maybe get a run.
Yeah, him and Pablo Lopez have been almost perfect in their two starts.
Give him a little bit of run support.
And this bullpen, too.
The bullpen. Last night, that was a long third of an inning.
Yeah.
Good God, are you kidding me? Pop? Was that it? Pop? Zach Pop? Oh, my God. They went pop on you.
Popping
all over the place.
Pop them back to the minors.
That was brutal. Oh,
it's everything that we were told, kind of like, this bullpen, we got some bats, and now you're watching it, and it's like, we don't got any of that.
Listen, I mean, I didn't hear anyone say that we had any bats.
No, I don't mean not like
but
World Series bats, but they brought in guys that could put the ball in play.
You thought so?
And
I mean, we've known that this is a team that is built around pitching and defense first, and that's fine.
Brian Anderson's talking to himself because he hits the ball as hard as he can. It just goes to the warning track.
I mean, in Flaherty for the Cardinals, I mean, listen, bro, he is not an ace of a staff.
No.
You should not be getting 3 hit by him.
We made him
all right.
Exactly.
It's
It's South Florida sports, right? We just got Flaherty like $1 million extra.
I don't know. Thank God we got the Panthers going on right now. Thank God we got the Heat going on right now. We've got
another triple header of action.
We got the NFL draft coming up. Things are looking good for the Dolphins. So I'm sorry, Marlins. You guys figure it out. Fan base will be here at some point in time if we're still alive.
I'll check back in after the All-Star break.
I'll check back in about 2030. I have no comments going to happen before that. My Red Sox, though.
Yeah, they winning.
Yeah, they bat to 500. All right, so maybe we're not as dread awful as I thought after the Baltimore series. They go ahead and they sweep the Rays.
Well, I think after watching the Marlins, you're now
exactly. Everything feels better. Yeah. Feel much better about my team after watching the Marlins. Today, the Fish will get back at it, going up against the Mets on the road. 1:10 start. Then the two big boys go tonight. Panthers and Hurricanes will try to get a little bit of revenge at 7 o'clock. And then the Heat welcome the Lake Show with none of the big stars at 7:30.
It's more like the pond right now.
So we better get a dub right there tonight for the Heat. Definitely need to bounce back after that Memphis loss. And we need the Panthers to bounce back. And maybe
somebody knock Trocheck on his ass, please?
So first 5 minutes of the first period, someone's got to send him to the locker room.
Not even 5 minutes. Just throw the gloves off right at the face off.
Just send him to the locker room with I don't know, but get him off the ice. He's killing us. Killing us.
Assist last game when it counted.
Oh. If he scores tonight, I'm going to be beside myself.
No.
I will throw a remote at the television.
Q needs to be fired if he scores tonight.
Let's not get crazy. Q's not going anywhere. I don't want my wife to get that hit in the pocketbook.
Oh, that's true. I'm sorry. I forgot about that. Maybe she can put a whisper in Miss Q's ear.
Don't send my wife's clientele out of town. All
sorry,
right.
sorry.
It's been tough enough during the pandemic.
I apologize. Coach Q, you're here to stay, baby. Coach Q, here to stay.
Lifetime contract, please. Lifetime contract. That'd be all good. Oh, damn. So we got the this is great, man. This is a great, great day because on the TV to my left right now, getting ready for live coverage of the Masters. We already saw Gary Player tee it off, Jack Nicklaus tee it off. Both of them looked good. Gary went ahead and laced one down the middle of the fairway, kids.
Right down the middle.
Good stuff. So this is going to be getting underway. And I love Masters. I love Masters Week. I just love the view on television. There is no more beautiful golf course than Augusta National with the azaleas and the all in bloom and all that stuff. And, it's kind of weird not to have Tiger Woods in attendance. But, speaking of which, some news came out for him yesterday.
Mm-hmm. On the eve of the Masters, imagine that.
Well, so listen, the media has just been a royal pain in the ass. They've been wanting details about this crash. And here's the thing, all right? It was a single car crash, and there were no witnesses. So there's no crime. Okay? Like, I don't know what y'all were trying to, we know that he left the hotel in a crazy rush because he was running late. We heard the hotel people say that he blew out of the parking lot there because he overslept or whatever. So, yeah, not surprising that he was then speeding to get to this photo shoot, this video shoot he was going to do with, I think, Steph Curry and someone else.
Was it Drew Brees?
Was it Drew Brees? I knew it was a
Drew
couple
Brees
of
and Justin Herbert.
And Herbert, exactly. Yes, it was the two quarterbacks.
Yeah, he had just done Steph the day before.
He had just done Steph and Dwayne Wade the day before. And, but then, the media just hounding. And the LA Sheriff's is like, well, we can't because it's a privacy issue. So then Tigers people are like, yeah, go ahead, release the investigation. That's fine. Oh, we got preferential treatment. Really? There was no witnesses. It was a one-car accident. You wouldn't have gotten arrested? People just want to have an issue there. They just want to have an issue.
But shouldn't he have been at least issued a traffic citation for speeding?
Well, no, because there's no witness. You don't know. You think
they can't use the black box or whatever.
I don't know if you're allowed to go back and issue a ticket like that. I don't know if that's obviously they didn't. They said they weren't charging him with reckless driving. I would think that doing 82 in a 45 is the definition of reckless driving. I thought it was a speed thing, but maybe it's different in LA. I don't know, man. I don't know.
No, I was just wondering because
listen, what I'll tell you, seeing the more details of that crash. Bro's lucky he's alive. He hit that tree at 75 miles an hour. No, in the car. No wonder. Dude, holy cow.
It wasn't slowing down.
No. So apparently they think he mistook the brake for the gas. But seeing them recreate that and realizing how fast he was going when he hit that tree.
Because he hit the median, right? And
right.
Then that's when you get.
He hit a few things before hitting the tree.
Yeah.
So he started going close to 87. By the time he hit the tree, he was going 75, but still going, it wasn't slowing down. He never hit the brakes. But, man, dude, he is lucky he's alive. Yeah. He is lucky it was only a leg that was shattered. Oh, my goodness. Wow.
And then when you saw the vehicle, too,
right?
the day now it makes a lot more sense.
Makes a lot more sense now. Whoa. Yeah, now realizing exactly how that accident went and what he hit and all that stuff. Damn. That is just, boy. Okay, so there you go. Lucky Louie will be coming up at next segment. Also going to talk with Omar Kelly today in the 9 o'clock hour. Lots of stuff going down. I want to talk about the Deshaun Watson stuff. Also, I have there's a thing going on between Megan Rapinoe and Draymond Green. And I'm going to get into it and hopefully not make a complete ass out of myself.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you're just like, oh, really? Told you want to go down that road? So we're going to see how that. Well, here's my thing. I believe both of them are coming from the right spot, but that they both kind of got the miscommunication, like, I don't know, signals got crossed, but I personally believe that they're both coming from the right spot and that they just kind of, they heard each other the wrong way.
Yeah, they got a little harsh with the wording.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but yeah, so we're going to deal with that and see if I can go ahead and get through that and explain my position without getting canceled.
And I'll just sit here and listen.
Yeah, there you go. Not say a damn word. Just had that dump button ready, I guess. We'll bang out some news at 8:50ish, and yeah, man. If you guys want to text in, you certainly can. You can also call in, and we will just get ready for the. What time is it? So the Masters will be about 9:15, I think, is the first tee time.
Well, no, I think they're teeing off at about 8:30.
8:30,
but
okay.
9:15 is when the coverage goes live because there's more people on the course at that time.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, reminder, every day at Onside Radio, our hosts sit down to do the roundtable, where we tackle the most important local and national sports headlines. Roundtable is podcasted daily. Just search Onside Radio on all platforms. Subscribe, rate, and review to listen to all kinds of station segments. OnsideRadio.com is the home for South Florida sports.
You can reach out to Toast and Marsh by dialing 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623.
A message to help keep you safe. If doctors told us today that we'd made a breakthrough on COVID-19, saving thousands of lives, we would rejoice. Finally, a good news day. We'd feel less afraid that our loved ones would be struck by the invisible enemy. We'd start to feel hope that we could live our lives again. Well, a mask does all that. We can help protect others by covering our noses and mouths, which is how the virus mainly spreads. Masks are a ticket to freedom, to be out in the world, to getting together, back to work, back to doing what we want. If doctors announced we could save lives today, we would grab that breakthrough with both hands. While we wait for a vaccine, grab the breakthrough that's already here. When we're out, it's masks on.
Brought to you by the Ad Council.
It's Toast. Smartest thing I did last year? Called B&T Windows and Doors and had PGT custom windows and doors installed in my house. Listen, it's spring. That means before you know it, we'll be hearing about the tropics churning. That means you need to get your home and family protected today. Call B&T right now, and they'll get you installed ASAP with the best in the business, PGT Custom Windows and Doors. 954-233-0126 or bntwindowsanddoors.com. And P.S. Tell them you heard about them on Onside Radio.
He has an overbite that makes him look like a cartoon character, a slightly crooked eye, and an uncommonly wrinkly neck. In the right light, he can look a little like a garden gnome, and he'll wear a bow tie just because. Sure, you might call him a little quirky, but that's exactly what makes him so perfect. Tuna is a 3-year-old Chihuahua Dachshund mix with more than 700,000 followers on Instagram, and it all started because he was adopted. You can't buy a best friend like Tuna, but you can adopt one. Help us save them all at bestfriends.org.
Download the Radio.net app and listen to Onside Radio in every Inter-Miami CF game. OnsideRadio.com, your home for Inter-Miami soccer.
Big news, Miami fans! Body Armor is proud to be the new official sports drink of Major League Soccer and Inter-Miami CF. It doesn't matter if you're a player or a fan, Body Armor sports drink will hydrate you with potassium-packed electrolytes, antioxidants, and no artificial sweeteners, flavors, or dyes. Whether you're at home or in the starting lineup, Body Armor sports drink will hydrate you from kickoff to the final whistle. Body Armor, now the official sports drink of Inter-Miami CF, available at your local Publix.
Inter-Miami CF, your official furniture and mattress store, is here. City Furniture is your #1 home source for the trends you want at the prices you'll love, including exclusive City Furniture collections, the widest selection of styles, affordable home accents, mattresses starting at just $99 and more. Create the home of your dreams fast with next-day delivery, plus get 60 months special financing with no down payment. Because City Furniture is here to make it easy so everyone can live life like this, visit cityfurniture.com.
Welcome back to 4th and 20 with Toast and Marsh. To reach out to the boys, send a text to 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123. Here's Toast and Marsh.
4:20, Thursday morning. I am Toast, no Marsh, but I've got Sean Stanley behind the board, sitting co-host, doing a good job. And we got a old friend on the line right now. Every Thursday morning, we talk to him at this time. He is our insider trader. He is Lucky Louie. Good morning, Louie. How are you, brother?
Good morning. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing good, man. I cannot complain. We got a beautiful day here in South Florida, and it's going to start warming up this weekend, and looks like summer's going to be arriving, about 90 degrees and humid. Yay.
Well, that's wonderful. I will be down there in 2 weeks, and I hope to get together.
Yes.
So maybe we could have a little symposium with marinated ice cubes.
I like that. Abso-friggin-lutely. I am all for cocktails somewhere.
And we'll get my buddy Roman to come down.
There you go.
So
very good, man.
we'll make sure you let him know. So,
I absolutely will. So let's talk about the week that was in the market. What has you happy? What has you sad?
A lot of happiness.
Yeah.
When you have the CEO of the world's biggest bank, Jamie Dimon, the chairman, CEO, come out in the press and says, America has a bright future. The economy is booming. And in terms of the stock market, he says the valuations are high, but a multi-year booming economy could justify their current price. So to me, that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The 62% of small businesses now are fully open. They did a poll, and, the IMF, which is the International Monetary Fund, which raised global growth this year, and they're saying we're going to grow at 6%, which we haven't grown in years because of the stimulus, enacted from our previous president.
Mm-hmm.
Not the new one, because that doesn't kick in until 6 to 12 months. That's going to be the highest since the 1970s.
Gotcha.
So I'm excited. And look, the stock market is telling you we're making record highs on the Dow. The NASDAQ is starting to come back. It had a little bit of a correction. And, I'm feeling happy. The only thing I'm feeling sad about, my friend, is, we have inflation.
Yeah.
I think that's going to last a lot longer than what people are expecting. And I think, from a contrarian standpoint, I think you got to start focusing on pro-inflation investments because they've been ignored. And, everyone wants to continue to jump on the same old stocks. I'm sure you heard of FANG, right?
FANG? No, I have not. What is FANG?
Okay, well, FANG is an acronym: Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, Google.
Ah.
I have my own axiom. I call it Fat Man plus G. So the Fat Man plus G is Facebook for the F, Apple for the A, T for Tesla, M for Microsoft, A for Amazon, and you got N for Netflix, and then you got G for Google. You got the Fat Man G. That's Lucky Louie's axiom.
That's where you should be throwing all the money now?
No, not necessarily, but they're coming back.
Okay.
That's what everybody's been focusing on, the Fat Man.
Okay.
And I think you should be looking at different investments, and you have to be, you can't be myopic. You have to take risk in other areas that nobody wants to buy. It's like, for example, you go to the store, Nordstrom's, and they have a shirt on sale for 50%. Everybody's jumping on it. But on Wall Street, when a stock is on sale by 30 to 40 to 50% of its intrinsic value, nobody wants to buy it.
Right.
And that's why people like Warren Buffett make fortunes. You got to buy it when nobody wants to buy it.
Let me ask.
The same thing like Doug.
Let me ask you this. So, one of the things I do, and listen, I'm not, big and well-versed in the stocks and all that stuff, but I try to keep my eyes open just when I'm going around town and see if I see things that could impact things. And I'll tell you what, while the market is doing great, Louie, I look around my town at least, there's a lot of empty storefronts, a lot of for lease signs up in commercial real estate. And I'm wondering how is, you talk about how 62% of small businesses are back open, but we lost a big percentage of them. And how is how like when I see a shopping plaza that's only 50% full, that leads me to believe that the economy is not doing so great for those of us on Main Street, let alone Wall Street.
Yeah, well, I mean, I hear what you're saying, and it's all over in New York City. I mean, you remember the movie back in the 80s with Kurt Russell, Escape from New York?
Yeah.
Snake Plissken? Yeah. It seems like everybody is escaping from New York and is heading down into Brickell, Miami.
Yes.
All of Wall Street because of the taxation. But I mean, listen, I hear you. It's not going to be easy, but I'm optimistic.
Good. Okay.
And I think that you should start focusing on investments, that are inflationary. Because I was thinking about this every day when I prepare. We have $28 trillion in debt as a country. Think about this for a second. 1 million seconds ago, it was 11 and a half days, Toast.
Mm-hmm.
1 billion seconds ago, it was 31 years and 7 months. And 1 trillion seconds ago, it was 31,709 years ago, BC. So multiply that by a 28 factor. Okay? It's amazing.
Well, so like when you have the deficit like that, Louis, I mean, because we've been hearing about it all the time. It was 20 trillion, now it's 28 trillion. And how does that? I mean, shouldn't that at some point negatively impact the economy? Like it's like the rules for the national debt don't apply to the same rules for my bank debt.
No, I know. That's why the Fed is continuing to print money. Their goal is to inflate the stock market so you feel comfortable to go out and consume, and then it trickles down into the economy. So when people have the perception of where they feel more wealthier, they'll say, you know what, we need to do the kitchen over. Okay, honey, whatever you say, honey, let's do it. It's going to cost you $25,000, $50,000, $100,000, maybe $500,000, depending on where you live. If you live up in Palm Beach, it's going to cost you, $500,000
right.
for your kitchen. And what happens is you go out, you hire a contractor, and that trickles down into the economy, and that creates jobs, it creates revenue. And now that the boomer generation feels more secure because their money has gone up, what they lost. Because look, in 2000, the boomers have really been through a lot. They went through the tech wreck in the late 90s, or Y2K. They went through the financial crisis, and now the boomers are now ready to retire. And what I'm seeing is, especially people up here in the Northeast, is they're selling their overinflated houses to the millennial generation. They're coming down to Palm Beach County, Broward County. They're going into a 55 and over. They're buying a house cash, and whatever their 401ks they have, and whatever Social Security and pension they have, and the leftover from their house, because the housing prices are a lot less down in South Florida, unless you're on the water. Most people I know are headed, Boca West, Boynton West.
Oh, no, you can't afford the water.
No, I mean, look, you could buy something beautiful in a nice 55 and over community for $500,000-$600,000, and you got a house you're selling for $1 million up here. You got an excess of $500,000. Get a little income stream off of it, and enjoy their life, and that's what people are doing. And especially now after this pandemic, I mean, the state of Florida has got to be booming, and I'm really surprised to hear you saying you're seeing shopping centers.
Well, listen, closed. I mean, Louis, my wife is a small business owner. She, owns a salon in Boca. Much of her competition has gone out of business. I mean, their business is a shell of what it was. Plantation. I mean, I see for lease signs in retail shops all the time down here now. It's a little bit staggering. But yeah, I mean, listen. Hopefully everything comes back. No doubt about it. Let's talk let's get off the financial stuff and move over to a little bit of Canes action.
Sure.
Man, so the kids are looking. We got a lot of young kids down here. How do you feel about Rhett Lashley came out and said that he really wants one of these running backs to take the starting job and be the dominant running back this year. He does not want to have a committee where he's got 3 guys at the end of the game that all had 10 carries. He wants someone to win the job and say, I'm getting the ball 20, 25 times.
I agree with that. I don't know who that's going to be. I mean,
I think it's Don Chaney.
I like Knighton personally. I like Chaney. I'm not really that much of a fan of Cam. I think he's okay. I mean, I think he's probably a 6th or 7th round draft pick.
I'll tell you what,
if that.
With what Lashley said, I'm starting to wonder whether Cam should have gone into the draft this year, because he came back thinking he's going to be the starter, and if he doesn't win that job and he doesn't get the majority of the carries, then it was a mistake for him to come back.
Well, I didn't like the fact he went on Twitter last year, and he opened up his mouth about him not getting the ball, and that's like a disruption to a team.
Right.
But I guess listen, the coaches know it's their job. I know Kane fans are very. They're like New York Yankee fans. They're very critical and they're very knowledgeable. And I used to be one of them, and I used to shake my head for many, many years. I mean, I remember I used to call Coach Larry Coca Larry Choker. And we had the Al Golden days and the Randy Shannon days. And, I mean, how about Randy Shannon working in Florida?
I know, as an analyst at Florida State. Hey, wherever the paycheck goes, man, he'll take it. Louis, let's get out of here on this one. You brought up the Yankees and baseball. I'm a diehard Red Sox fan. Obviously, we're 2 older school baseball fans. How are you feeling? And listen, I'll be honest, I didn't pay a lot of attention to baseball last year during the 60-game series just because it was a mess, and I was like, I'm not going to even worry about it. But this year, I'm back on board. But how are you feeling about the extra inning starting a runner at second base thing?
Hey, listen, I know they lost a game like that.
Well, you guys lost when the Red Sox won one that way the other night. So so I'm not sure how I feel about this. I don't think I like it.
Why not?
Well, so my issue is that they're doing this to speed up the game, right? That's the issue, so that they don't go so long. The issue wasn't that games were going to the extra innings. The issue with speeding up the game is the 9 innings before the 10th inning. If you sped up the time in between pitches and stuff like that, you wouldn't need to speed up the 10th inning, because we'd get to the 10th inning in 2.5 hours, not in 4 hours. So I just think you know what I'm saying? I think they went about it the wrong way.
Well, first off, I want to tell you, I am also a Red Sox fan.
Oh, okay.
I loathe the Yankees.
Thank
I mean,
God.
I could tell you
beautiful.
the starting team in the 1970s, when you had Freddie Lynn in center field, Yaz,
Sure.
DH, Jimmy Rice in left field, Dewey Evans in right field, Rick Burleson, Jerry Remy.
Bro, my parents met in Boston, and they courted each other while the Impossible Dream 1967 team was going on.
Wow. But I'm a Met fan, and I do like the Red Sox. And
now I don't know about that.
I'm ashamed. Oh, well, you're bitter up because of 1986.
The last time I cried myself to sleep, Louis, yeah, it still stings.
Well, also Theo Epstein. He's not there anymore. But, I mean, look, John Henry, do you believe it or not, I don't know if you know this. John Henry is a commodity trader.
Yep.
That's where he made all of his money.
Sure, yeah.
And I have great ownership. And, but I think, like you're saying, speeding it up, I think they're also doing it because you have a lot of games where it could go 15, 16, 17 innings, and that taxes a bullpen.
It does.
And I think they're also doing that. Look, they want it over. Look, both teams go on second base, and what are the statistics? 60% of the time you're going to manufacture a run. I don't know. I'm not a
right. But so what you're having is you're having games now go 12, 14 innings because like the Red Sox and Orioles the other night, each team scored a run in the first 3 innings of extra innings. So you're still going.
Yeah.
You're still playing 14, 15 innings because it's a lot easier to score. I don't know. It's just kind of weird to me. But
well, I want them. I mean, can you believe the Yankees? They're only 3-3.
I love it. I think it's spectacular.
Oh, I love it too.
It's awesome.
I hate the Yankees. I know Marsh is a big Yankee fan, and you know, he probably grew up in that era, you know, when Joe Torre was the manager. And
he did.
It's funny,
yeah.
Joe Torre's son was at my wedding. I grew up with him in New York. Good guy. Joe's an awesome guy. And I mean, I'm excited for the baseball season, and I'm hoping to get to a couple of games. And the Mets are playing the Marlins today.
Yes, they are.
It's our opening day, and I like the Marlins. I mean, they competed really, really well, and I think you have a really good general manager in Kim Ng. I think she should have had a job a long, long time ago. She worked under Brian Cashman. Yep. That was her mentor, and she was the assistant general manager. And I think after she left, she should have gotten a job, and then she worked in the Dodgers organization. So I think Derek Jeter made a good hire. You know, the problem with the Marlins is they just don't have the money.
Exactly.
And,
you don't have the money to sign any players, sign any offense, and we can't hit right now. So, Louis, we're up against the break. We got to take one right now. But, bro, thank you as always. We love checking in with you every single Thursday morning, and we'll do it again next week.
All right, and hit me up with your number on Twitter so you could, you know, we could get together and make arrangements with me, you, and Roman. Okay?
Sounds good, Louis. Have a great weekend, brother.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
He is Lucky Louie. We speak to him every Thursday, gives us a little stock tips and stuff like that. And, yeah, he's been on that whole anti-inflationary investment. So that's been like gold and stuff like that. And there you go, man. There you go.
Fat Man G. I love it.
Fat Man G. It's a good thing. Fat Man G. That's what we learned today.
Speaking of my heart.
Over the last 30 years, South Florida fans have always been able to count on one radio show that gives you the brutal honesty that you need. That is Orlando Alzagari and the Onside Zone, daily from noon till 3 exclusively at OnsideRadio.com.
Onside Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan.
There are those who dedicate themselves to a sense of honor, to a life of courage, and a commitment to something greater than themselves. They have always defended this nation and each other. They still do. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Hi, it's Olivia Munn with my shelter pets, Frankie and Chance. Say hi, guys. When I adopted them, I discovered that they both have incredible personalities. Chance's sole purpose in life is to love and to be loved. Frankie is a little bit of a scoundrel and always entertaining. They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the Humane Society of the United States, and Maddie's Fund.
Saturday mornings, 9 a.m., Sean Stanley hosts the Square Circle Digest.
But to be the man, you gotta beat the man. And I'm saying, woo, right here. I'm the man.
Now, wrestling fans have a place to call home as Sean covers the very colorful world of wrestling. Tune in every Saturday from 9 to 10 a.m. on the home for sports fans worldwide. OnsideRadio.com.
Why was the basketball court all wet? Because the players kept dribbling on it.
The dad joke. Corny, groan-worthy, but also one of the simplest ways to share a moment with your kids.
What did the buffalo say when he dropped his son off at school? Bye, son.
So take a moment to make your kid laugh, because dad jokes rule. Make your kid laugh today. Go to fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Inter Miami CF, your official furniture and mattress store, is here. City Furniture is your #1 home source for the trends you want at the prices you'll love, including exclusive City Furniture collections, the widest selection of styles, affordable home accents, mattresses starting at just $99 and more. Create the home of your dreams fast with next-day delivery, plus get 60 months special financing with no down payment. Because City Furniture is here to make it easy so everyone can live life like this, visit cityfurniture.com.
It's toast. When South Floridians need hurricane windows, there's only one crew to call, Brett and Tom at B&T Windows and Doors. They came to the crib last year, installed PGT windows and doors, and now I'm set. No more plywood, no more knuckle-busting wing nuts. PGT windows and doors will keep me and my family safe the next time a named storm comes rolling on through. Call B&T today, 954-233-0126, or bntwindowsanddoors.com. And P.S., do me a favor, tell them you heard about them on OnSideRadio.com.
Keeping you informed in the world of sports. With an OnSideRadio.com sports update.
The Miami Marlins, they lose another one, 7-0 this time. No rest for the weary, as the Fish open up a weekend series with the New York Mets this afternoon at 1:10. Nick Neidert or Paul Campbell will get the call for the Marlins on the mound. Your Florida Panthers and Miami Heat both in action tonight. Kevin Durant made a perfect return last night, going 5 for 5 from the field, scoring 17 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists in 19 minutes, and the Nets routed the Pelicans 139-111. On the eve of the Masters, the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Office has said excessive speed was the cause of Tiger Woods' February crash. Woods' SUV was traveling between 84 and 87 miles per hour in a 45-mile-per-hour speed limit. The SUV was going 75 miles per hour when it hit the tree. No traffic citations were issued. University of Arizona has fired men's basketball head coach Sean Miller after 12 seasons. Also in tidbits, Mighty Mouse Demetrius Johnson, he was knocked out in the second round by Adriano Moraz in one championship bout. And finally, sources say Justin Fields will get a second pro day, and this time the 49ers will be there. The Niners went to see Mac Jones' pro day in late March, the same day as Ohio State's. This is South Florida's home for local sports talk. This is OnSideRadio.com.
Welcome back to 4th and 20 with Toast and Marsh. To reach out to the boys, send a text to 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123. Here's Toast and Marsh.
8:42, third segment of the 4th and 20 podcast, streaming live on Onside Radio. You can check us out on YouTube. Subscribe to the podcast. Subscribe to the YouTube, Twitch channel, please. That'd be awesome. We'd appreciate it. It was funny getting out of here yesterday. There was a lot of activity outside, Sean. I was like, damn, dude, I guess, soccer season getting ready to ramp up and all this stuff, but that's not why there was a lot of activity here. There'll be a big press conference here tomorrow, but I drove up, and Inter Miami CF Stadium has a name. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Little Drive Pink Stadium. I like it. Listen, dude, this is the thing. So back when the Marlins were for sale, I was on team Jorge Mas to get the Marlins. And obviously Rob Manfred decided to, play favorites to this and that. And so whatever, it is what it is. But this is a prime example of why. Because you look at the naming rights deals that the Marlins got and that the Heat are dealing with right now, getting that, FTX or BT, whatever the hell it is, the cryptocurrency. And those are fine, and fine. If you want to go with a California loan company like that no one's ever heard of, that's fine. But I love the fact that this is a local company. I mean, Auto Nation was founded by Wayne Huizenga. It's a South Florida company. Yes, it's nationwide now, but its roots are in South Florida. I don't know. I mean, the colors just work out perfectly. With that whole Drive Pink campaign that they've been doing for the better part of a decade. I don't know. It was just, I think it's a perfect marriage. And it was great that it was South Florida brands coming together. And that was very refreshing. And that's what he brings to the table. He's a South Florida guy. He's got connections. And, meanwhile, we got one stadium named after some company none of us have ever heard of in California. So, yeah.
Is that the Big D you're talking about?
The Big D, baby. The Big D, little P. The Big D, little P.
Little hits.
We all like ice cream cake, correct, Sean?
I love it.
Do. Listen, there's one company at the top of the ice cream cake world. That is Carvel. They've been there for a long, long time.
Carvel and ice cream.
Baby, they got a new one coming out, Sean. The cookie dough ice cream cake.
Oh, boy.
All right, so here's what we got. There are layers to this cake. The cake is made with chocolate and vanilla ice cream and are filled with real chocolate chip dough chunks. Then there's still a layer of the iconic chocolate crunchies, because you've got to have the chocolate crunchies. The whole thing is topped with whipped icing, more cookie dough chunks, and a chocolate drizzle. Oh, daddy. Serves up to 14 people. $14.99. You can get it everywhere, bro. Publix. That's the only one down here. Publix, and then they got like ShopRite, Food Lion, Kroger, all the stuff around the country. But you can get them at Publix, bro. Yeah.
I said we get one and try it out.
It's a bad week for me to go on keto again.
You're back on keto?
Yeah, man. So no carbs. No carbs.
Well, you know what? I'll get one and I'll eat it here while we're doing the show.
There you go. You let me know how that tastes. That'd be great. That'd be fabulous.
Every chunk I get, I'll let you know.
Sure. Good stuff there. I appreciate that.
Oh, Fat Man G, baby.
Fat Man. You're not gonna stop saying that.
That is the best thing
Fat
ever.
Man G.
Oh. Listen.
Just invest with Fat Man G and you'll be good to go. You'll be able to retire in 20 years.
I don't know if you saw my Twitter yesterday, but they have Fat Man mannequins now.
Shut.
Oh no! It's like the whole world is coming together now.
Hold on, now I gotta search your Twitter. Hang on.
They shows you how the shirt fits right over the belly, so you can look at it.
Am I not following you on? Oh, there we go.
No, probably not.
Now I am.
I'm a little guy.
I am. All right, so let's see here. Where on your thing is it?
That's down a little bit there. It's caused a little bit of creation among the fat men on the Twitter account.
Fat Man, I'm not seeing it.
Look at that. You're not seeing the Twitter?
I'm not seeing it.
Oh,
No,
my
I'm not
goodness.
seeing it.
All right,
I'm
gonna
scrolling.
have to.
I'm like a day away. Yesterday.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, see, I got all
my chubby homies stand up. We finally got our own mannequin. Oh my God, that is spectacular.
Yes. The only thing would be better is if they had a Carvel cake in their hands.
Oh my God, look at this. They're actual real human beings.
Yes.
Like they look like real people.
The
Listen, man.
bellies are
Oh my God, the
fantastic.
bellies are excellent. And they even got little man boobs. Oh,
they went all out on these mannequins.
No, these are
All
they
out.
actually did now, I bet they had male models that they kind of you know what I'm saying? So they could,
I miss my calling.
Exactly. I could have been a male model for one of these.
Yeah.
I could have been the inspiration.
Plaster me up, baby.
The one with the the mannequin wearing the vest, he needs to lose a little weight.
Yeah, you
And the one in the gray shirt, really, you've let yourself go.
What was the guy? What was the old animated King of the Hill?
Oh yeah,
the one
Hank
looks
Hill.
like the Mr. Hill guy, the belly.
He does actually, yes.
It's like no love handles, but the belly sticks out to the front.
I can't wait till I go to a store and see a chubby mannequin.
I'll get a picture with it.
I will take
Wow.
exactly. I will take a picture with it.
Yes.
I will take a selfie with the chubby mannequin.
Oh, most definitely.
Man, that is just about damn time. About damn time. God
and now
dang.
Carvel comes out with this.
Right
I mean,
now, the world's coming.
It's coming together.
We get to
buddy.
cut to the front of the line for the vaccine. I mean, listen, this is 2021 is a time to be a fatty. This is it. It's been a long time. You shamed us for a long time.
Oh.
This is our year. 2021, rise of the obesity, whatever it is. Yep. All right, we got to do news.
Yes, we do.
Coming up next. This is OnSideRadio.com.
You can send them a text at 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123.
Riddle me this. With all this sizzling meat and crunchy veggies nestled between toasty flatbread, who should get credit for Papa John's new papadilla? The person who invented pizza or the person who invented folding? Well, whoever it is, a tip of the tongue hat to you, sir or madam. Get a new papadilla, 4 flavors, just $6 each. Better ingredients, better pizza, better than a sandwich. Papa John's.
I was in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean when it happened. There was a sudden jolt and our submarine crashed on the seafloor. We were in total darkness.
That's Dr. Dejana Figueroa, a marine biologist and STEM teacher, talking about a deep sea dive she'll never forget.
It's funny, when I was a kid, I was afraid of the ocean, and there I was, 2 miles below the surface. But as a scientist, you prepare for that. Using our training and a little creativity, we fixed the sub and finished our experiments. The dive was just too important. Every dive gives us glimpses at things few people ever get to see. Glowing creatures, fiery undersea volcanoes. When we got back to the surface, I kissed the ground and called my mom, of course. But you know what? I wouldn't trade that dive for anything.
Dr. Figueroa uses her passion for STEM to discover new things and make the world a better place. She can STEM, so can you. Check out She Can STEM for more stories and inspiration. A message from the Ad Council.
Hey, it's Big O for EJD Construction, your custom home builder, additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our homes more of an oasis. Call the right place. Call the right people. Eric at EJD Construction for over 16 years. A-rated member of Angie's List in the Better Business Bureau. 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
Howdy, stranger.
Didn't this used to be Radio Town?
Yes, sir. It was Miami Sports Radio Town one time.
Who in the hell are these cowboys I never saw?
We don't know who these people are, riding in from other towns. There used to be a host in every one of these saloons, trying to talk about local matters, sports.
That ain't good, stranger. Could you tell me how this happened?
Well, it started when one corporation bought another, and they got rid of the good management and brought in a bunch of bumbling idiots and started firing all the local ranchers and replaced them one by one with these strangers from out of town.
I've heard that story before. Static and tumbleweeds, I'm moving on.
South Florida's choice for sports talk. OnSideRadio.com.
All right, class. Let's hear what everyone did this weekend. Jill?
Well, I raised my older sister to a big oak tree. It was at least 100 years old. My mom said I must have set a record or something. And then we went down by a stream and perched up on this huge rock and saw all these little minnows swimming around way below us. And then I rescued my little brother from an evil slug king who was guarding him at the bush fortress. And my sister and I brought him back to our super twig fort for safety. And then we all laid out and told stories until it got dark. And the Big Dipper led us all the way home.
Wow. Awesome. Where were you, Jill?
Yeah. We went to the forest. It's not that far away. Anyone want to come this weekend?
Ask your parents to take you and your friends to the forest this week and find the fun, adventurous you. It's closer than you think. Check out discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Big O for M&S Air Conditioning. You know, air quality in your home and business is more important than ever. That's why you've got to call M&S Air Conditioning and let them install a high-efficiency polarized air filter in your AC unit. Folks, it attracts, captures, and destroys biological contaminants to improve your air quality. With stellar customer service, answering your call from 7:30 a.m. till 9 o'clock p.m. For more info on high-efficiency air filters and their preventative maintenance plans, visit M&S Air Conditioning at ac-florida.com.
Let's get back to the 4th and 20 with Toast and Marsh. You can send them a text at 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123. Here's Toast and Marsh.
For the 20, Thursday morning. I be Toast, no Marsh, but I got my man Sean Stanley sitting shotgun, running the board. Sean, I believe it is time for some 4th and 20 news.
4th and 20 news.
Dateline, Bangkok, Thailand, Godzilla vs. Kong wasn't the only giant lizard drama this week. A massive Asian water monitor terrified shoppers after going on a King of the Monsters-esque rampage through a 7-Eleven. The original video tweet of the incident racked up nearly 1 million views before it was deleted for some reason. In the clip, which was reposted to Facebook, it shows a monster reptile scaling a shelf of milk, knocking off cartons and causing onlookers to cry out in shock. "The shelves are ruined, oh my God," a voice can be heard exclaiming about the reptilian interloper, which, at up to 8 feet long, is the world's second largest lizard after the Komodo dragon. The clip concludes with the water monitor resting atop the top shelf near the ceiling while bystanders just kind of gather around just in a look of awe. Those things are huge, bro.
They are. He started at the bottom and now he's at the top.
Winter Haven, Florida.
I love these Florida.
A Florida woman is accused of stealing a car from a dealership under the pretense of taking a test drive. Shantaria Nicole Story of Auburndale was charged with grand theft. According to the Winter Haven Police Department, Story visited the Chevy Center in Winter Haven on Monday, saying she wanted to buy a car. Now, she had been emailing an associate at the dealership and arranged the visit. Story was shown a 2021 Chevrolet Equinox. Because of COVID-19 restrictions, the dealership does not allow employees to ride along with customers for the test drive.
What?
Employee made a copy of Story's driver's license and told her to take a short test drive. You know where this is going, right?
Yeah, I do know where this is heading.
After 90 minutes, the associate tried to call Story but could not make contact. The employee then called police since it was obvious Story was not returning. The vehicle was equipped with OnStar, the GPS navigation system which allowed it to be tracked to the location in Bartow. When the deputies showed up, the vehicle dealer license tag had been removed.
Wow.
So she got arrested. Good job. Yeah.
That was set up perfectly
Oh
planned.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah. Well, except for the part when they ask you for your license.
Yeah, well, that
and they
part,
take a
yeah.
photocopy of it. If you gave them a real one, you're an idiot and you're going to jail.
Yeah, and you emailed them, so it's
Right,
not like
I
they
mean,
can't
come
track
on.
you down. You
Come
already gave
on.
an email.
She really didn't think this through.
No.
Finally, as NFT Mania maintains its vice grip on the public conscious, the NFT is that digital, like autographs and stuff like that folks are buying for like crazy ass amounts of money. Ja Rule is attempting to capitalize on the craze.
Of course he is.
By once again returning to the scene of one of his biggest business failures, the Fire Festival.
Oh, no. Say it ain't so.
After selling a massive painting of the Fire Festival logo as an NFT for over $120,000, the latest fire-related NFT to appear on his Flipkick platform is a viral tweet about the gourmet dinner provided to attendees, which turned out to be the sad cheese sandwich. You remember those photos, right? It was like, oh my God, the worst-looking sandwich in the world. The 2017 tweet was one of the wider world's first indications of the trouble in paradise. So now they're going to go ahead and sell that tweet as an NFT, that photo.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, and they're expecting that it is, so basically they're expecting it will go for in upwards of $80,000. And the good thing is that Ja Rule is actually putting this one up for charity. The money's going to go towards the medical expenses of a young man that needs a kidney transplant.
Oh, that's
so
good.
it
That's
actually
good.
at least. So the first one that went for $120,000, that went in his pocket.
Yeah, not so
but
much.
now this one he'll do, and it'll benefit somebody else.
I can't believe somebody paid $120,000 for
It's
that.
insane, right? Like, I don't know why you're paying all this money for the first tweet, and what? Like, I can do a screenshot of it. I can print it out and hang it on my wall.
Yeah.
And I didn't pay $1 million for it.
You want to give somebody $1 million?
Like, what are you talking
send
about?
it over this way. I mean,
the things that the rich people will spend money on
Yeah.
is insane nowadays. It's
especially
insane.
now that you got the NFT thing going. And
Yeah,
you
well,
can
that's what I'm
see
talking. Yeah, it's
just how insane things
Yeah,
are.
they're just spending crazy amounts of money on things that aren't even tangible anymore.
Didn't somebody buy somebody's left arm, the skin on an athlete's left arm?
Oh,
They
really?
purchased? Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. I didn't hear about that one, thank God. All right, we're going to take a break. Going to delve into the Megan Rapinoe, Draymond Green controversy, little shots going across
Dump
each
button
other's
is
bow.
ready.
That is coming up next on OnsideRadio.com.
Onside Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan.
Papa, why can't we telegraph while riding a horse?
Son, there ain't no one to blame but Jeffro. He was riding old Betsy the Stallion, tip-tapping away at his telegraph, when blam! Ran right into the side of the saloon.
Well, if Jeffro can't do it, neither should you. Don't text and drive.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Okay, men. This is your time. Maybe you didn't choose this, but you're here now. You're gonna go out there and be an all-star caregiver. It's up to you. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna go grocery shopping, cook, clean, be there emotionally and physically. You gotta dig deeper. Drive them to physical therapy, doctor's appointments. Don't you forget about the pharmacy. I know you won't, because that's what caregivers do. Don't give up. Don't ever give up. This is your time to show the world, your family, and yourself that you're tougher than tough. Now go out there and be the best caregiver this world has ever seen. Caregiving is tougher than tough. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving. A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
You're listening to OnSideRadio.com. Catch up anytime by downloading the MyTuner Radio app. OnSideRadio.com, South Florida's true hometown station.
Okay, forest animals, today is a new day. Kids are coming to the forest, and it's up to us to make their visit a good one. Sparrow.
Yes?
Have you practiced the most popular bird songs for the year?
Of course.
Catchy. I like it. Okay, River.
Dude.
How's the temperature?
It's a refreshing 52 degrees, man. Perfect for a little riverside shoeless relaxation.
Ah, good. Owl, you here? Course. Who's asking? I am. Look, you know the drill. Sleep during the day, scare the kids at night. Perfect. I love my job. Oak tree?
What's up?
Still in the same place I left you last year. That's what I like. Consistency.
Well, it's not like I'm going anywhere for the next couple hundred years.
I know. I love it. Turtle. Turtle.
He's not here yet, man.
He's late every morning. You'd think you would have learned by now to leave the night before our meetings. Okay. Squirrel. Has anybody seen Mr. Squirrel?
The forest has been preparing just for you. Visit a forest near you today. To learn more about cool things to do in the forest, visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
It's toast. Smartest thing I did last year? Called B&T Windows and Doors and had PGT custom windows and doors installed in my house. Listen, it's spring. That means before you know it, we'll be hearing about the tropics churning. That means you need to get your home and family protected today. Call B&T right now and they'll get you installed ASAP with the best in the business, PGT Custom Windows and Doors. 954-233-0126 or bntwindowsanddoors.com. And P.S. Tell them you heard about them on Onside Radio.
Hey, it's Big O for EJD Construction, your custom home builder, additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our homes more of an oasis. Call the right place. Call the right people. Eric at EJD Construction for over 16 years. A-rated member of Angie's List in the Better Business Bureau. 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
Welcome back to 4th and 20.
It's Thursday.
It's Thursday.
Guess what time it is?
Well, what time is it?
It's time to get some.
Get some!
Some what? Some what? Get some coffee. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a great idea. And then
we can start.
We can start? Go the show.
Here's Toast and Marsh.
4th and 20. Thursday morning. Oh, my God, the weekend is so close you can almost touch it. You can almost touch it. I am Toast, no Marsh today. I got my man Sean Stanley behind the board. All right, let's see if I can do this without getting myself in trouble. Let's see what happens here. All right, so there has been a debate going around, and it came to the forefront over the last week because two big-time stars engaged each other with it, and that is the pay for women in sports. And we know this has been going on for quite some time. Really, the flag bearers for this have been the women's U.S. national team, Megan Rapinoe being the captain of that squad and leading the charge on this issue, and all of them doing a phenomenal job and bringing up incredibly valid points. When it comes to soccer and the U.S. men's team and the U.S. women's national team, yeah, there's a bit of an issue going on there.
Yes.
Now, Draymond Green always has something to say and is a very smart man and usually has very well thought out things to say. And he was asked about the equal pay situation in sports for men and women. And he made a comment, and Megan Rapinoe just attacked him for it. Said, oh, look at that. You can see his whole ass is showing. And I'll be honest, I think that she was a little too quick to attack him. Mm-hmm. And not realizing that, at least I believe, he was coming from a real good place. Just not the same place that she comes from. And so here's my issue. And it would be easier if these two both played the same sport, but they don't. It'd be a lot easier to make this comparison if Megan Rapinoe was a WNBA player and not a U.S. Women's National Soccer Team player. So let's talk about Draymond Green. So what he said was that these female athletes should focus less on the equal pay and more on growing their game. And Megan Rapinoe took exception to that. And I think she may have been a little too quick. Here's how I read what Draymond Green is saying. So we live in a free market economy, in capitalism. This isn't a socialist country. This isn't like you survive because you're good at what you do. A business survives because people keep coming to it and they pay for whatever service or product that service provides.
Demand.
Exactly. And if it's a poor product or poor service, the folks aren't going to buy it and you go out of business. That's just the way, that's the way it works. So Draymond Green is bringing up a pretty good point. The WNBA, and I'm going to use this as the example because he's an NBA player, and this is where I'm guessing his mind was because this is a financial impact on him. The WNBA has been around for better part of 20 years. Remember, we had a team down here, Miami Soul, back when it started.
When it first started, Ron Rothstein.
So I did a little searching on this stuff last night, and according to the stuff that popped up on my Google search, the WNBA has never made a profit. And in general, over its entire career, has lost between $10 and $12 million per year. Okay? So over 20 years, the WNBA is in the hole $200 million. Okay? The average salary for a WNBA player last year was $75,000. This year, it was $100,000. Went up 25%. Ratings didn't go up 25%. Attendance didn't go up 25%. Revenues didn't go up 25%. The WNBA is completely subsidized by the NBA and the NBA players. That is where the ownership is all the same. That's just the reality of the situation. And I think where Draymond Green is coming from is like, listen, the women's game needs to. You guys want to get equal pay. The game needs to grow. You're only drawing 6,000 fans per game. The television ratings aren't very good. You need to grow the game. And the problem is when folks bring up ideas for growing the game, they're attacked. And what happened last week, Candace Parker, I believe it was Candace Parker, was on the TNT show with Shaq and the guys. And this video went viral. Shaq brought up the possibility of maybe lowering the rims in the women's game so that the game could be played more above the rim like it is in the men's game. And Candace Parker took absolute exception to that because they wanted exactly the way the men have it. I get that. But visually, it's not the same. Watching a women's WNBA game and a men's NBA game are two entirely different athletic competitions that we're seeing. They're played differently. They just are. So you need to grow this game. You need to get more fan. And listen, if it means that if we lower the rim a little bit so we can get more dunks and alley-oops and stuff, that's not more entertaining. Why is that an insult?
Well, because then I think the feeling is that now you're changing.
But
game.
Here's the thing. But men and women are different. Women can create life. Men can't. We're different. Just because you can't jump as high isn't a negative. It doesn't. Listen, dude, I am a UConn women's basketball huge fan. My family has been season ticket holders for over 2 decades. I love women's college basketball. But it's different than men's college basketball. It's just different. It's played differently. It's played under the rim. No. And so I don't understand why adapting to what your strengths are is, and why does it have to be the exact same?
Well, I think it goes also, so when you're saying about the product on the court, it's also the product off the court. They try to market it the same.
Well, exactly. You can't be, yeah. I mean,
you got to look at it differently. As you said, it's two different ways of playing basketball. And I thought when I saw what Draymond was saying was, look, the NBA didn't start out where we're at now. We had to build this up. We focused on players, individuals, and those individuals came together and produced what we have today.
And with all due respect, if the NBA didn't make a profit for the first 20 years, it wouldn't even be here anymore. It wouldn't be here. It wouldn't be here. It would have gone that. There's plenty of other sports leagues that have tried that have gone by the wayside.
I
mean, look at the amount of different soccer leagues we've had in this country over the last 20 years, between indoor soccer leagues and outdoor soccer leagues. How many have gone defunct? So, I just think that I think she overreacted a little bit. I get the point, man. I get the point. Like, we need to improve. Like, what happened at the NCAA tournament this year, the disparity between the men and the women is inexcusable. And we have
especially on that level,
right?
Too.
And listen, as a country, we have a lot of ground to make up because absolutely women have been the system's been stacked against them for a long time. So as a result, you need to go out of your way to help kind of assist them to get back on equal footing, and that's fine. But he brings up a valid point.
No,
at some point, you've got to increase. At some point, folks have to want to tune in, and they have to want to go to the game. And they have to want to buy season tickets. Because if that doesn't happen, then you're just going to get subsidized this entire time. Then and I'll tell you this, I think it speaks volumes that I didn't see a single WNBA player come out and criticize Draymond Green.
Well, and he tagged a lot
because they all realize that they can play basketball here because of their buddies in the NBA. That they're making a sacrifice so their female counterparts have a shot to build this league up.
And a lot of them support them. Kobe was big before he passed away on there.
And listen,
you see guys all the time coming to their games.
And unlike women's soccer, these WNBA, dude, $100,000 is a nice living. And that's the average salary. The average. The top players in the WNBA, there's like 7 of them that have peaked out. They make almost $250,000 a year. Wait, sir, not even close to NBA salaries. But they're also, the league's not making any money.
Yeah.
So, I mean, unlike the soccer, WNBA players, and they also go to Europe and make decent money, but you can make you don't need to go to Europe. You can just do an NBA season and live on $100,000 a year in this country. Plenty of people, and the median income's like, what, $35,000? So, and then you're getting endorsements and stuff on top of that. So I just think that I just think that this kind of turned into a story that shouldn't have been a story.
Yeah, because also I think, as you said, it's 2 different sports. When you're looking at it from Megan Rapinoe's level, if you look at it on the soccer level,
yes,
I probably think the U.S. women's team
should be paid more.
Paid more than
absolutely,
the men's team.
100%. 100%.
When you look at it that way, but you can't take just because Draymond Green said this, she just jumped on it automatically. To me, it felt like she didn't really read the context of it. She just felt it as a direct response of negativity toward her march for equal pay for women.
And there's also the aspect of, there's listen, if there's a male lawyer and a female lawyer that they both just got hired from at the same law firm and they're both 2 years out of law school, they should both make the exact same amount of money than each other.
Yes.
Here's the issue, though, when you talk about men's and national soccer teams. And I know this is an issue that folks like to mention, but in sports and in entertainment, salary is also dictated by the people that are buying the product. So the salaries come from the TV revenue and the ticket receipts. Okay? And those ratings are higher for the men, and there's more ticket receipts for the men. And that's just the reality. That is a reality. And that is subsidized, again, by the U.S. Soccer Federation. But,
and also, I think soccer's still a growing sport in the U.S.
Well,
it's
here's
not
my
like
thing.
an NBA or
I'll tell you right now,
NFL.
I personally believe that if there was going to be a female professional league that takes off and does the best here, it's going to be a soccer league. Because I believe, in my opinion, watching a women's soccer game and a men's soccer game on TV are incredibly similar to each other. You know what I'm saying? It's still the same game being played. Whereas basketball is very different. Baseball versus softball is super different. But soccer, dude, when you're watching on TV, maybe not quite as fast, but it's still the same game. And I think that there's absolutely I think that's the league that could lead the way to blow up for women's sports. That's the one, just because I think more people that are used to watching soccer, men, I'm talking about men here because men, that's who we're trying to target. Men don't start watching female sports. That it's close enough that they would not have an issue with it. Whereas the WNBA and softball, like, those are different sports, bro. They just are. They're played differently. And when you see one, and then you got to watch it played a different way, some folks aren't going to want to do that.
Yeah, and also I think, like you're saying, because of that, you'll get more advertisers that would follow the women's soccer more than, softball, WNBA. I think you got a tougher time getting marketing and sponsorships.
So I don't know. Hopefully I handled that decently and didn't completely I guess I'll find out from my wife when I get home.
We're agreeing on both sides. It's just depending on how you look at it. And like you said, it's two different sports that are kind of going at each other, which to me it's non-news in a way, but you got to make a story out of it because two athletes are going at each other.
Yeah, I mean, listen, to me, Draymond didn't deserve to get shot at like that. I think he's made a very valid point that there's, you have to grow the game. You have to market your game. You have to, get out there so that folks know about it and start coming to the games and watch the games more. Like, that's a valid, like, there comes a point where that has to be the main focus. Like when you're building a league, there's got to be a point. So, and I just think that
there's got to be money coming in for money to go out.
And I get where Rapinoe is coming from. But to me, it's almost gotten to the point where if anyone says anything that isn't the exact word she would say, she's going to attack you on it. And that's a little bit unfortunate.
I think she's getting to the frustrated point right
possibly. Now. Listen, she's been dealing with the U.S. Soccer Federation in court and, all that crap.
Well, I did some research on that. Did you know that the women's team, if you get a loss, you get nothing? If you lose to a team, you get nothing. No pay.
They don't get paid for that game if they lose.
They don't get paid for a loss on the non. Of course, I'm talking non-contracted, not like Rapinoe and those. But the men's team, a loss, you get $5,000. You get $5,000 just for going there.
Well, because if the men's team didn't lose, they wouldn't get paid. If you didn't pay them for losses, they wouldn't make any money. They don't make the World Cup. They don't make the Olympics.
Well, then I guess they wrote the rules around them.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
You guys are a bunch of losers.
Listen, yeah. I think that's the difference. The women win so often, they're always getting paid. When's the last time the women lost a soccer match? Seriously.
Well, no, that's true. Then listen to this clause. If a women's team, if a team ranked outside, if they beat a team ranked outside the top 8, they get $5,250. If the men beat a team outside the top 25, they get $9,400. That's the bonuses on top of the other.
But I think part of that, if you went down the numbers, I think that those numbers are going to be immediately impacted by attendance and by TV revenue. And that's just... Again, that's the business side of it.
Yeah, and then like you said with the Soccer Federation, there's so many numbers being thrown around. You don't know what numbers. You have men players coming out and being like, that's not true.
Yeah, no, there's so many.
Terrible.
There's so many numbers being thrown out and so many different subsidies going on. And all I know is, listen, the U.S. Soccer Federation has utterly failed female soccer players in this country for a long-ass time. Also minority soccer players. Yeah. We have a pay-for-play system in this country that is criminal. It should be criminal. And I mean, if you are not white and from privilege or from a family with means, you can't play competitive big-time soccer in this country as a youth. You can't. You have to pay to be on these travel teams and all that stuff. And in other countries, you don't. Other countries, it's subsidized by the Soccer Federation. And if you're just a really good kid that they're like, oh, my God, look at the talent, then you don't pay. They're bringing you in just so that they can help train you and develop your talent. But not in America. No. Here, if you're really, if you got that pure, raw talent, we'll take you. But only if your parents can, afford to pay like, $300-400. How's that working in the inner city and stuff? Yes, exactly. Not very well. That's why the U.S. men's national team is so white. Unbelievable. All right, we will take a break. This is OnSideRadio.com.
You can send them a text at 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123.
Let's raise a cup to the first among us who put themselves last. To the risk takers, the mask makers, the heroes on the front line and online. To the ones keeping shelves full and keeping us hopeful. To those who don't stop and those making all the stops. To ones who pick up, suit up, and never let us down. From all of us at Dunkin' to all the heroes keeping everyone running, we thank you.
Hello, Inter Miami CF fans! Download the Drink AR app and play inside a first-of-its-kind virtual soccer stadium, hosted by Bodega Trevento and Inter Miami CF, and celebrate your passion for soccer from the comfort of your own home. Find the download links on our Instagram account at Treventus and get our wines delivered straight to your home with a discount for all Inter Miami CF fans. Discover Trevento, a shared passion.
If you missed NBA insider Ira Winderman and the Acura of Pembroke Pines Miami Heat report, you missed this.
Boogie Cousins is the sexy name, but I think they just might as well get someone who is a functional name. They will add another big body. I don't know if it's Boogie, and I'll tell you why, guys. He's been available since February 23rd.
Yeah.
So it's not like 28 other teams haven't had the option as well. That's a little bit concerning to me.
The Acura of Pembroke Pines Miami Heat report with NBA insider Ira Winderman, exclusively at OnSideRadio.com.
Neil Armstrong waited 6 hours and 39 minutes to step onto the surface of the moon. Jackie Robinson waited 20 months to play his first game with the Brooklyn Dodgers. And even DiCaprio had to wait 22 years to win an Oscar. You can wait until your destination. Don't text and drive.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
The fighting spirit of the Marine Corps is born of battles won. Battles won within, over enemies of fear, enemies of doubt. It's who we are. It's what we do. It's a promise made to you for more than 2 centuries. A promise of the Marines.
For over 20 years, Mr. Glass has been committed to the safety and satisfaction of our clients. Our products are the culmination of innovative engineering, aesthetic appeal, and the highest levels of quality. Through our legacy, Mr. Glass strives to impart the true meaning of quality, service, and sustainability to new generations. Reputation, experience, and trust is why clients choose Mr. Glass. Live the future now. Locate a dealer near you today.
Brace yourself. You might not hear what you want. You can always expect Omar to keep it real, whether you like it or not. It's time for the EJDconstruction.com Miami Dolphins report with Sun Sentinel writer Omar Kelly. EJD is your one-stop shop, custom home builder, and general contractor for residential construction. Call them 305-433-4843. Find them on Facebook at EJD Construction. Here's Omar Kelly with your Miami Dolphins report segment.
Second segment, second hour, 4th and 20 podcast, streaming live on Onside Radio. I am Toast. No Marsh today, but Sean Stanley sitting shotgun with me. And every single week, we like to go out to the man, the myth, the legend. He works for the Sun Sentinel. He knows everything about the Dolphins. He is Mr. Omar Kelly. Good morning, Omar. How are you?
I'm not sure I enjoy that claim because I do not know everything about the Dolphins. I think my history starts at probably 1990.
Okay, all right.
Everything before that is like, yeah.
Fair enough.
Is just mythological stuff I've heard about the Dolphins being good.
I stand corrected. All right, so let's start off with the draft, and kind of fun how everything is slotting in front of us. So it looks like the Dolphins are going to be sitting in a pretty good spot to most likely get who they want. My question for you is, because there's the big debate, at least locally, and we'll get to the Penei Sewell later on, but the Pitts versus Jamar Chase. And I guess my question for you is, if we were to go with Pitts, does that mean that we don't think that Gesicki is good enough to be, like, we're not going to re-sign him, we're not moving forward with him?
I don't know what it means. What it means is Kyle Pitts is probably the second highest. He's the second highest rated player on my board.
Okay.
He's a top 5 rated player on everybody else's board. He's a tight end that can do everything. When I initially looked at this film, I watched his Alabama game, and I think he allowed like a sack and a couple of pressures, and I said, he's not that great at pass protection. I still don't think he's great at pass protection. But he's got the movement skills of a wide receiver, and if you think about it, you can use him as a flanker. You can use him as a split end. You can use him as a slot. You can use him as a tight end. You can use him as an H-back. Who do you put on him? How do you defend him? Teams would struggle with that, and those are the types of mismatches that help create dynamic offenses. Like, I can give you put Devontae Parker and Will Fuller, and let's just go with Preston Williams, because those are the team's top 3 receivers on the field with a running back. Let's go with Myles Gaskin, assuming they don't do anything with the running back position. And then Kyle Pitts on the field. Exactly how do you defend that? So I think he could be the missing ingredient that can help the offense take the next step. And then if you want to go 2 tight ends, you go with Gesicki and you go with Kyle Pitts. And both of them are challenges to defend. But I also think that tight end is a bigger need than wide receiver from this standpoint. Gesicki and Smythe are both in the final years of their contract. Now, that means that you're going to have to go into the camp trying to get a new deal. You don't work out a new deal. Maybe you do it at halfway point of the season. You don't work that out. You do it at end of the year. You don't work that out. He becomes a free agent. Maybe you tag him. The problem with that is the Patriots just set the price point for tight ends, not even elite tight ends, just a regular tight end at $12 million a year. Are you going to pay Mike Gesicki $12 million a year and make him your 3rd highest paid player on the team?
Gotcha. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, Pitts kind of covers you in that regard. All right. So then moving on, would you prefer that the Dolphins take Jamar Chase or Najee Harris?
There's no. If you say Najee Harris with any name, the answer is gonna be Najee Harris for me. I like Jamar Chase. I think he's going to be there. It's either Kyle Pitts or Jamar Chase. But to me, if you ask me who is the player in this draft that can make the most impact for the Miami Dolphins and take them to the next level, which is a perennial playoff team, my answer is going to be Najee Harris.
Okay.
He completes this team. He makes this offense better.
Okay. All right, so then looking at offensive line, folks have been talking about Penei Sewell. I don't know that Dolphins would go that direction. Is there some lesser names behind him that you think could be very serviceable offensive linemen for this team that aren't named Penei Sewell?
I think there are some offensive linemen that they would love to address probably in the second day.
Okay.
Creed Humphreys, the center, Landon Dickerson. Those are players that are centers. And right now they really only have a stopgap center in Matt Skura, who they signed just to a 1-year deal. I think it's $2.5 million. That's not really starter money. That's competent backup money. So you can tell by their financial decisions that they're committed to selecting somebody high in the draft. The problem that I see with the center position is there are probably only 2 centers that I'm comfortable with. I'm not comfortable with anybody, and one of them is injured. Yes, Quinn Mizurk, the kid from small school Wisconsin, I can't even say what it is. I would love to transition him to center, but there's going to be a transition. And there are some guards I would love to transition to center. Aaron Banks, I loved him at the Senior Bowl. I think he's a very talented player. I think I would select him in probably the 3rd round. The question is, Dolphins have other priorities. They're pretty decent at offensive tackle. I mean, they're pretty decent on the offensive line. They certainly need a center upgrade. But in my opinion, this team has 4 decent, capable starting offensive linemen, and they need a 5th. Now, I've always gone by the thought and opinion that your offensive line is only as good as your weakest link. So if you make your weakest link a strong player, by, let's say, adding Penei Sewell at 6, he's a dynamic player, great movement skills. He can change how you play and the style that you play on your offensive line, because right now you're a power team, and I don't think they were very good at power. But they're not athletic enough to be a zone team. Penei Sewell can help you become a zone team very quickly.
If you go to sunsentinel.com, Omar is presently doing his 10-part series looking at all the top prospects in the draft. And looking at that, dude, how much film do you watch from the Super Bowl to the draft?
Oh, wow. Are you talking a free agency or just draft?
Well, but just in general, because you break all this stuff down, you must just watch so much film.
Oh, I love it, though. I love it because, I truly do. I don't watch college football during the season. I used to watch the Hurricanes because, I only start watching college football in December. I just don't have time to watch college football. But by the time I get to Saturday, I just want to, I just want to garden. I just want to work on my home. EJD Construction helps me with that. You know what I'm saying? He just came out here and helped me out with my plumbing situation.
Nice.
But, I want to do other things. But then when it comes to January, I'd start looking at free agents. And then right after free agency, the waiver free agency, let me correct that. I look at the top prospects in the draft so I can stack it up and figure out where there's depth, where there's not depth. And then I go to free agency. What they do in free agency and what they leap over in free agency, then I dig deep into the draft. And I usually watch film like super early in the morning, like 5 a.m., 4 a.m. or late night, because I feel like when I'm watching a prospect, if they can keep me up, if I go to sleep on a prospect, this is a strange rationale, but it's how I work. If a prospect's film puts me to sleep, then he's not for me. He's just not for me. If a guy can excite me and keep me up watching his film, I'm like, okay, that's something I could work with.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, talking to Omar Kelly, we'll get you out of here on this. Certainly not a story the NFL is happy about, but it is dominating everything. And what do you think, this whole Deshaun Watson deal? I got to think that at some point in the next 24, 48, 72 hours, does the NFL have to kind of put him on the commissioner's exempt list? Are they allowed to do that before there's a criminal action against him? But this is getting out of control, Omar.
Yeah, it's getting out of control. It's very troubling. I think probably I am usually the innocent until proven guilty guy, and I'm big on that. The problem I have with saying that is there's no reason why somebody would need 22 masseuses.
Right.
There's absolutely you find a good one and you keep it moving, and you even have the money to bring them out. Like, how many massages does this guy need per year?
Yeah, and no male masseuses, never a male masseuse.
Oh, I would never let a male touch me. What are you talking about? Would you let a male touch you?
Oh, I've had a male masseuse touch me. Absolutely, I've had a male massager before. Absolutely, it was fine.
You're making me uncomfortable here. That just will not ever happen. It
okay,
just can't.
all right.
I don't even feel comfortable with a male masseuse touching my wife. Are you crazy?
All right, fair enough.
Male masseuses, you might as well retire if you're going to rely on me to keep you in business.
All right, good stuff, man. Well, I guess we'll see what happens this week. But yeah, it's a bad situation, man. Thank God.
I think the NFL is going to be patient and let the process play itself out. I certainly think this is about money. Certainly, it looks horrible for Deshaun Watson. But Ben Roethlisberger was accused of rape or sexual assault like multiple times, and it was glossed over.
Yep.
I'm not saying that this is not something significant, but it's absolutely, without a doubt, troubling, and it just doesn't look good for Deshaun Watson and the NFL. So you can expect the next suspension.
Check out sunsentinel.com for the 10-part Omar Kelly series as he breaks down the top prospects in the draft. And as always, Omar, thank you very much. Have an awesome weekend.
All right, no problem. Thanks for having me, Toast.
Omar Kelly. Oh, I can't believe he's never had a male masseuse. Now, I don't do it often.
I think he judged you on
I think
that.
he did a little bit. Listen, but there have been times that the wife and I would go to Massage Envy, and there would only be like a male available. So whatever. Like, I mean, I prefer a female, but I'm cool. I'm good with that. I don't know.
You just let everybody touch you, huh?
You know what, Sean? I knew you were going to say something like that. You crazy son of a bitch. Byron Jones presently on Good Morning Football on the NFL Network right above us.
He loved him some Dolphins on Good Morning Football.
He needs
right?
to. Listen, I don't understand. You got to upgrade your background, bro. You're in front of a bookshelf that's empty. At least put some books on it. Or some photos.
Now it makes you wonder.
Or something.
Is he packing up? Has he been let go?
I don't see any moving boxes. But I mean, yeah, man, I'm surprised that a year into this.
Is that manila folders up there?
Some sort of I don't know, maybe a candle. And some weird, I don't know. There's a lot of empty boxes, a lot of empty little cubicles on that bookshelf.
Who needs a bookshelf that big in this day and age?
I don't know, but because I don't know. That's a big ass room he's in. It's like a 15, 20-foot ceiling for crying out loud. Good God.
He's probably downstairs in the meeting room of wherever he's at.
All right, we got to take a break. I believe we got a update coming up, and then we'll talk, I don't know, more stuff.
This has been the EJDconstruction.com Miami Dolphins Report with Omar Kelly. From additions to home remodeling, call Eric at 305-433-4843. Count on a company that's an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau, EJDconstruction.com. You can reach out to Toast and Marsh by dialing 888-441-4623. That's 888-441-4623.
Hey, it's Big O for EJD Construction, your custom home builder, additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our homes more of an oasis. Call the right place. Call the right people. Eric at EJD Construction for over 16 years. A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
With Make-A-Wish, the impossible becomes possible. A girl battling cancer can become a race car driver battling the course. The boy showing all the nurses his fire trucks can take the helm of a real one. Wishes can give kids with critical illnesses the strength to keep fighting, get better, and grow up.
Where there's a wish, there's a way.
Wishes need you. Visit Make-A-Wish at wish.org.
You can now watch Onside Radio daily by subscribing to our YouTube and Twitch channels. Search Onside Radio. Log on, subscribe, rate, and review Onside Radio on YouTube and Twitch. Find out why Big O has a face for radio. OnsideRadio.com, South Florida's home for real sports talk.
She's kind of a big deal. Some people like to say it's only because of how she looks. She sticks her tongue out a lot. But there's just something about her that makes people do crazy things, like get tattoos of her face, or wait in line for hours just to say hi. Lil Bub is a 2-year-old cat, an Instagram celebrity with a following bigger than some 90s television stars. And it all started because she was adopted. You can't buy a best friend like Lil Bub, but you can adopt one. Help us save them all at bestfriends.org.
I'm Ryan Seacrest. First responders are people who stand for a greater purpose. They will be there for you when nobody else is, to help you, your family, your community. This is their selfless promise. This is their sworn duty to protect, to serve, to help. They put themselves in harm's way for us. They come to the rescue at times when we need them most. First responders are making enormous personal sacrifices to keep showing up for us and fighting the good fight. Nearly 70% of all firefighters are volunteers. That means when they get injured or quarantined, they may not have a way to pay their rent or keep their family safe and fed. No matter who you are or where you live, when you call 911 and ask for help, first responders show up. Now, let's show up for the people who show up for us every day and every night.
Go to firstrcf.org and make a difference today.
Keeping you informed in the world of sports. With an OnsideRadio.com sports update.
The Heat and Panthers both back in action tonight, as well as the Marlins after they continue on the losing slide. They lose 7-0 last night, and they open up a weekend series with the New York Mets. First pitch 1:10 this afternoon. Nick Neidert or Paul Campbell will get the call to pitch for the Marlins. Kevin Durant, he made a perfect return last night, going 5 for 5 from the field, scoring 17 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists in 19 minutes. And the Nets routed the Pelicans 139-111. Also on the eve of the Masters, the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Office has said excessive speed was the cause of Tiger Woods' February crash. Woods' SUV was traveling between 84 and 87 miles per hour and a 45 mile per hour speed limit. The SUV was going 75 miles an hour when it hit the tree. No traffic citations were issued. In men's college basketball, University of Arizona has fired head coach Sean Miller after 12 seasons. In MMA, Mighty Mouse Demetrius Johnson, he was knocked out in the second round last night by Adriano Moraz in the one championship bout. And finally, sources say Justin Fields will get a second pro day. And this time, Shanahan, the 49ers, they're going to be there. Last time they went to Mac Jones' pro day instead. This is South Florida's home for local sports talk. This is OnsideRadio.com.
Welcome back to 4th and 20 with Toast and Marsh. To reach out to the boys, send a text to 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123. Here's Toast and Marsh.
9:40, second to last segment of the 4th and 20 podcast on a Thursday morning. Kyle will be coming up, joining us next. To myself and Sean Stanley today. So, Nike has, this is odd, suspended the Deshaun Watson sponsorship. Why suspended? Why not just cancel it? Like they think that there's a way out of this for him? I mean, really, bro? Beats by Dre has ended their deal with Deshaun Watson. But, yeah, man, like I don't see it. I don't see this working out for him in any way whatsoever. So you think Kyle is going to Justin Fields Pro Day because all the crap he got for not going last time, and for the Orlovsky stuff?
Yeah, but I got a question. Were they the number 3 pick at the time? Was that trade done with the Dolphins at that time?
I believe it was.
Was it done? Okay, because I wasn't sure, and I was wondering. I was like,
sure.
Does it make sense if he
but
wasn't?
Even if
at that time,
if it wasn't, they had to know that there was negotiations going on with the. That's
true.
There had to be conversations happening with the Dolphins where you knew it was a good chance you were going to end up at number 3.
Yeah, because there was a lot of talk saying they were waiting for the Dolphins to find another trade to get back up before they made the trade.
Yeah, we'll see. Canes, Mr. Sykes, the point guard, is going to Arkansas.
It's Likes, isn't it?
Oh, I'm sorry, Likes, yes. Going to Arkansas. Yeah, man. I mean, listen,
be a Razorback.
It's a better program than you got right now at Miami.
Better situation.
Better
definitely.
situation. So, listen.
Does Miami have anybody left?
Last I checked, they had 3 players on their roster remaining.
Now, are those are 3 scholarship players, or just 3 players?
I don't even know if it's scholarship. I don't know if they're scholarship. One of them might be a walk-on. I don't know. I didn't get that into it. What I do know is that they need to they need to go ahead and figure something out, and that starts with getting a new head coach. I don't understand.
Yeah, but at this point, if you're a head coach,
it's too late.
Come here though.
You know, at this point, it's too late. At this point,
you're coming for 3 players.
At this point, you've got L for the next year. Absolutely. I saw somebody threw out hire Sean Miller. I don't think that's going to happen. The way he went out of there, I can't believe it took Arizona 4 years to fire him after all this crap went down. But yeah, so here is the Dave Hyde just put out a tweet.
Uh-oh.
What's the best nickname for these newly named stadiums? FTX Arena, the Lone Depot Park, or the Drive Pink Stadium? I mean, Lone Depot Park. The nickname is the Big D. It's got to be the Big D.
Yeah,
got to be the Big D. I don't know what the nickname for the Heat, for the Miami, for the AAA is going to be now.
FTX.
Like FTX? Like, I don't, like the Crypto Arena, or I don't know.
Here we go. How about this one?
Crypto Bro. Crypto Bro.
I mean, I call it like Bitcoin, or like I don't know what you call it. Like I don't know what that nickname would be.
Oh.
And then for our new one here, Inter Miami Drive Pink.
Says it all, doesn't it?
I think it says it all. I think this one needs, like, call it Pink Stadium.
Yeah.
I'm going over to the, well, don't say I'm going to the Pink.
Yeah.
That's a little weird.
Drive Pink Stadium. Drive Pink Stadium. It's all local.
But yes, it's all, yeah. So listen, my favorite nickname for all 3 of these is we got to call Marlins Park the Big D.
Yeah, they set it up so
we
easily.
have to call it the Big D. It's just too damn perfect. It's too damn perfect. Past ownership just screwing over the community with the stadium.
Miami
you got to call them the
gets
Big D. Yeah, you got to call it the Big D. No doubt. No one's ever heard of the company before.
It's nothing new over there.
Yeah, so the Big D. Somebody was saying on Twitter, the nickname for Drive Pink should be the Frame because of the license plate frame. That's just stupid. That is just dumb. But I like the Drive Pink, dude. Listen, it's the perfect marriage. I mean, pink and pink, like, come on. Who else has a pink thing going on? All right.
Nobody. And we're pink and black. I mean, look at the seats.
I love it. Every single day at OnsideRadio.com, we do the round table segment. We throw out a question. all of us as hosts will go ahead and answer it, and then we put all those answers together and we drop it as its own podcast at the end of the day. Today's question, it is a must-win. Is it a must-win for the Miami Heat tonight? Miami is hovering around 500 and is 6-15 versus teams with 500-plus records, or records over 500, I should say. What kind of team are we watching on the court right now? Yes, tonight's a must-win game because you're playing the Lakers and they don't have their two biggest stars. So that means that you have to win the game. There's no two ways about that one. Not only do you have to rebound after the Memphis loss, but they had anytime an NBA team is missing their 1 and 2 options, you have to win that game, bro. You got to win that game.
But those are the games we struggle the most.
I know. And we lost to them out in L.A., didn't we, a few weeks ago?
Yeah. What's the Lakers roster? Let me see who the no-name guy that's going to be.
Well, I mean, you got Schroeder, the point guard, and you've obviously got Andre Drummond, who's kind of filling the void right now. But yeah, listen, you need to win that game. Absolutely 100%. Now, the other question, what kind of team are we watching on the court right now?
Oof.
Listen.
They seem lost.
Well, I just, there comes a point, there's an old sports adage, and it's been said in movies and all sorts of stuff, but there comes a point where you are your record. There comes a point where the record that you have is who you are as a team. And this team is 26-25. This team is 500. This is an average basketball team right now. I know that last year was exceptional. They went on a run. But right now, by definition, this team is average. It's average. They're in the weaker conference, and they're only a game over 500. So I understand the talent is there. I know that we saw them go on a run where they won 10 out of 11 before the swoon happened a few weeks ago. I know we all think this team has another level to get to, and that's fine, and they may get there. But so far, through 51 games, this is average.
Now, let me ask you, Toast, with Oladipo in, which is the defense you think they are? The one that showed up against Memphis or the one that was hounding Golden State?
Well, it better be the one that was hounding Golden State. And I'm concerned with this whole Oladipo not having a strong leg thing. Like, this happened back in 2019. I don't know. This just doesn't seems to me that he should have been able, even with the pandemic, there should have been enough rehab happening that would have gotten him by the spring of 2021 to have full strength leg back in that leg. I don't, listen, I'm not a physical therapist. I'm not a doctor. But that just is concerning to me.
Yeah, and you've seen other players come back.
Yeah, so I don't know. And it's concerning because we only get to judge him on these final, 30 games. We don't have him under contract next year. We have to make a decision. Do we sign him to a big extension based on what we're seeing right now? And that's, I don't know. And then you've got the friggin' crazy-ass rumors out there. Kawhi Leonard is open for exploring a possible move to the Heat after the season. Are you serious? Really? Wilt Chamberlain's not available? I swear to God, the Heat are always listed as interested in everyone. Listen, we got Kawhi Leonard. Whew. Bye-bye, Ola. Bye-bye, Victor. Take care. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. We can make that move. Yeah. So we'll see, man. It's a must-win game. And right now, this is a 500 team. I don't know how you can make the argument that they're not. At some point, you are your record. Okay? At some point, you are your record. So that is the roundtable. Make sure you tune in to Kai and Dono and Big O. They will all have their take on that as well, and it will drop as a podcast, as it does every single day, usually around 5, 6 o'clock. And check that out by subscribing it on Side Radio. What else we got going on, Sean? I know we got Kai coming up next. What was your thing about you put something about mustard on the show sheet?
Oh, no. Is mustard needed? Honestly, I use it on hot dog, and that's about it. Does anybody use mustard?
I don't. I use mustard, but not in the traditional way. I use Dijon mustard, but only time I use mustard is when I am making egg salad. I'll put some in the egg salad.
Okay, I forgot
or
about egg salad.
I will use it I have a few recipes I do that call for Dijon mustard, but I don't. When I do a hot dog, I am ketchup onion guy. I do not put mustard on my hot dog, and it just, my wife cannot understand it. My wife is from the Midwest. She's from Chicago. And so, putting anything, besides mustard on a hot dog is criminal.
Really? So is it a regional thing then? Because when I
don't
watch the
know,
commercial,
man.
I'm like, what is mustard good for besides just a little bit on a hot dog?
All I know is that I have gotten into the biggest debates of my life with people and total strangers over whether or not you can put anything besides mustard on a hot dog. Wow. There's a segment of the population, a good-sized one, that thinks that is the only condiment that is ever acceptable to go on a hot dog. Mustard. That's it. No ketchup, no onions, no relish.
I'm not that way, but I only eat mustard really on except like McDonald's where they already have it on there. No, but I won't throw mustard like on a hamburger if I'm making it.
You have a favorite kind of mustard? You're like a French's guy, like French's Gold, or
French's Gold, the old original.
I don't like the mustard with the seeds in it.
What is that? You're too fancy for me, man.
Too fancy.
Yeah, I ain't buying nothing with seeds
They got there's a mustard. All the seeds are in it.
No, I think you let that sit too long.
No, you've never seen that mustard in the aisle?
No.
Yeah, there's a mustard that's got all the seeds in it. Yeah. Like some sort of gourmet mustard. I don't know. All right, we will take a break. Kai's coming up next. We'll talk all about Bayern Munich's game yesterday.
Onside Radio, the only choice for the South Florida sports fan.
Hey, it's Big O for EJD Construction, your custom home builder, additions and home remodeling. Our lives have changed. We're making our homes more of an oasis. Call the right place. Call the right people. Eric at EJD Construction for over 16 years. A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
Ashiro's work is never done. You care for the house, the kids, and our future. We're so grateful for all you do. Now it's time to care for yourself and save a little more for retirement. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to boost your retirement savings now. Visit aceyourretirement.org today.
A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
It's toast. When South Floridians need hurricane windows, there's only one crew to call, Brett and Tom at B&T Windows and Doors. They came to the crib last year, installed PGT windows and doors, and now I'm set. No more plywood, no more knuckle-busting wing nuts. PGT windows and doors will keep me and my family safe the next time a named storm comes rolling on through. Call B&T today, 954-233-0126, or bntwindowsanddoors.com. And P.S., do me a favor, tell them you heard about them on OnSideRadio.com.
Hey, it's me, your cell phone. We need to talk about something serious. I know you love me, I know you like using me wherever you are, but I feel like this isn't working out when you're driving. I know you may think that it's possible to focus both on me and the road, but I just don't feel the same way. I think we should spend time away from each other when you're driving. It's for the best.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org, a message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
If you missed Onside Zone with Big O, you missed.
She's kind of young, so I don't know. She may not be into Van Halen much. Let's see. Hey, Ruthie, good afternoon. Are you a Van Halen fan?
You know, I just had to Google Van Halen. I'm not going to lie to you. I just literally have it on my computer right now.
The Onside Zone with Big O. Weekdays 11 to 1 p.m. Only on OnSideRadio.com.
Hey, it's Big O. You know, air quality in your home or business is so important now, folks. That's why you've got to call M&S Air Conditioning. Let them install a high-efficiency polarized air filter in your AC unit that attracts, captures, and destroys biological contaminants to improve your air quality. M&S is always on call from 7:30 a.m. till 9 o'clock p.m. and, of course, emergency Sundays. Call for more info on high-efficiency air filters and their preventative maintenance plans. Visit M&S Air Conditioning at ac-florida.com.
A message to help keep you safe. If doctors told us today that we'd made a breakthrough on COVID-19, saving thousands of lives, we would rejoice. Finally, a good news day. We'd feel less afraid that our loved ones would be struck by the invisible enemy. We'd start to feel hope that we could live our lives again. Well, a mask does all that. We can help protect others by covering our noses and mouths, which is how the virus mainly spreads. Masks are a ticket to freedom, to be out in the world, to getting together, back to work, back to doing what we want. If doctors announced we could save lives today, we would grab that breakthrough with both hands. While we wait for a vaccine, grab the breakthrough that's already here. When we're out, it's masks on.
Brought to you by the Ad Council.
On the battlefield, there's a saying America's military men and women live by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. Wounded Warrior Project was created to help our men and women returning home with the scars of war, whether those scars are physical or mental. Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org.
Welcome back to 4th and 20 with Toast and Marsh. To reach out to the boys, send a text to 844-416-8123. That's 844-416-8123. Here's Toast and Marsh.
Oh, yeah. It's Thursday. What do you think, Sean? Should I do the show from home tomorrow on a Friday?
No.
Just saying. You know, I think that could be like a thing. Fridays from home with Toast. I like the ring of it.
You get the massage from the male masseuse?
Have you ever had a massage from a male masseuse?
I've not had a massage in general.
You've never had a massage?
No, sir.
Oh, bro. Why? Is there a reason why not?
No, just never.
They're exceptionally wonderful.
Yeah?
They really are. That's, just like an hour massage of someone just,
I've never had a massage now.
So I had Omar Kelly on, and we're talking about
that question?
Well, we're talking about Deshaun Watson. The whole he's like, I don't know why you would need 22 masseuses, this and that, or.
Well, I said that yesterday too.
I
I was like, why the hell do you need like?
Well, it's not even. It's the 22 that are against him, and then he's got a list of 20 that are said he's great. So that's like 40 of them. It's just insane. But I mentioned to Omar, I'm like, and you need to get a male masseuse for crying out loud. He's like, whoa. I'm not getting a male. I'm not going to a male masseuse. I'm like, really? And I told him that I had been to a male masseuse, and he's like, I'm kind of judging you right now.
What?
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
It's not bad at all. I'll be sorry if the only reason why I can think that someone would not want to go see a male masseuse would be homophobia.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But that's like, all right. Have you ever heard of any of your buddies going to get a massage? A male masseuse was the guy that was given to them, and he tried something on them.
I've never heard.
Right, I've never heard that.
I guess the other thing too is like, I don't know, like I don't care. Like, you get a massage, like enjoy your time. It's not like that's gonna. And if something happens, like that's when you go and you report it. And
here's my thing: if I'm going to get a massage, and a massage is not cheap, like it's like $60, $70 or whatever. If I'm getting a massage,
like $70,
I want it done by someone that's really good at it. And if that means it's a guy, then like I want someone that knows how the muscles work, and I want a guy that's someone that's really good, whether it's like male or female. I don't care. Give me the best.
What's it called? Like I went to, although they're completely scams, like a chiropractor, and my chiropractor was a guy, and that was even though I thought it was a waste of my money, which is why I stopped. Like there were times where I did feel like pretty good coming out of that because it's like some cracks that you had no idea that existed in your body, and then you're like, wow.
Yeah, I want to
kind of do feel good. But
I want to go. I want to go to one of those and get one of those full body adjustments. I see it happen on on YouTube videos,
right?
And it's just like, I want to go to a chiropractor and have them do that neck crack on me. I feel like my neck hasn't cracked properly in like 15 years.
It's an experience.
No, I'm sure. Yeah, listen, absolutely.
Yeah,
I want to experience that. All right. Just curious where you fell on masseuses. If you ever need someone to massage you, I'll massage you, Kai.
Okay.
Oh, goodness.
Between
you massaging Kai and Marsh taking Manny to breast. This show is
there you go, baby. There you go. That is 4th and 20 for you in a nutshell.
That's where I was going with that, too, so I'm glad you said that, Sean, because I was going to say that.
You guys have a great Thursday. I will see you back in here tomorrow, possibly from home. Right, Sean?
No.
Hey, is that a faucet running?
Nope,
That's not a faucet. That's a river rushing through the forest. It is? Yeah. Forest rivers provide over 100 million people with clean water to drink. The water comes straight from the forest to us. In fact...
What? I can't hear you because of the vacuum.
That's not a vacuum. That's the trees in the forest cleaning up the air we breathe.
How do trees clean the air?
They soak up the dirty air on their leaves, branches, and trunks, which means clean air for us.
Cool. I didn't know that.
Yep. But the forest does more than give us clean air and water. It gives us shade for hot days, birds to listen to, and trees to climb.
Wow, that's awesome. I didn't know how cool the forest could be. Hey, let's go explore some more.
Visit the forest today and enjoy all it does, just for you. To learn more about the forest and find one near you, go to discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Big O for M&S Air Conditioning. You know, air quality in your home and business is more important than ever. That's why you've got to call M&S Air Conditioning and let them install a high-efficiency polarized air filter in your AC unit. Folks, it attracts, captures, and destroys biological contaminants to improve your air quality. With stellar customer service, answering your call from 7:30 a.m. till 9 o'clock p.m. For more info on high-efficiency air filters and their preventative maintenance plans, visit M&S Air Conditioning at ac-florida.com.
Papa, why can't we telegraph while riding a horse?
Son, there ain't no one to blame but Jeffro. He was riding old Betsy the Stallion, tip-tapping away at his telegraph, when blam! Ran right into the side of the saloon.
Well, if Jeffro can't do it, neither should you. Don't text and drive.
Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
No wimpy corporate-led radio station here. You're listening to the only